Hi, welcome everyone to the Smudging Sage Tarot. Before we begin, I like to clear the air with some sage, sweeping away negativity and confusion. This helps us focus with the clarity and light as we dive into a new series of videos designed to deepen our knowledge of the timeless art of tarot. Together, we'll uncover the secrets of each card one by one. Whether you are curious beginners or seasoned readers, this journey will help you connect more deeply with the cards. Before we dive into the 10 of Wands, guys, big deal, I want just to give an overview for the beginners about the Rider-Waite deck, okay, which is the one of the oldest and the first done in 1910 with those drawings. Basically, the tarot before were just cards with the symbols meaning numbers, and they were playing cards. But with this Rider-Waite cards, we have imaginary here that is absolutely stunning for the time, and still today they inspire new decks. So, as I said earlier, they were created in 1910 by Arthur Edward Waite and illustrated by Pamela Coleman Smith. Those cards revolutionized the tarot with the detailed imaginary, especially the minor arcana. A tarot deck, those are the minor arcana, and those are the major arcanas, okay? Generally, a tarot deck includes 78 cards, 22 major arcanas, and as I said, this represents life, profound energy, change, very much detailing psychological traits of people. And we have 56 minor arcana divided into suites, okay? So we have the suite of Pentacles that talks about money, power, spiritual power. Then we have the Swords that talks about ideas, the mind, the sharpness of the mind, the how clear is a mind. And the Swords also represents thoughts or self-limiting beliefs, like the Eight of Swords. Then we have the Suite of Cups that is more about emotions, the water, emotions, love, being passionate about something, like the Suite of Wands. Suite of Wands is connected to the element of fire, symbolizes energy, passion, and action. It reflects creativity, ambition, and the pursuit of dreams, often pointing to themes of growth, career, and purpose. Wands inspire bold steps, but caution against impulsiveness and burnout, urging balance and intention in challenging our efforts, ourselves, but also channeling our energies, okay? Because then we burn out ourselves. So, the core theme of the 10 of Wands that symbolizes the weight of responsibilities the culmination of effort and the challenges of carrying a heavy load. It represents both the struggles of achieving success and the importance of knowing when to delegate or release what no longer serves us. In terms, when we look at this card, okay, in terms of imagery and symbolism, what do we see? Always in a traditional tarot deck like this one of Rider-Waite-Smith, okay, the Ten of Wands imagery conveys key message like the fatigue. A person is seen carrying the heavy wands, often bent under their weight. The figure appears determined but burdened, highlighting the physical and emotional toll of their efforts. The wands represent responsibilities, obligations, or tasks the figure has taken on, okay? The commitment as well. While they symbolize achievement, they also serve as a reminder of the cost that the person had to face, or I would say afford, to get those achievements. The landscape, often the landscape shows a village or destination in the distance. This suggests the fatigue is close to completing their journey, okay? But the weight of their burdens makes it harder to get there, because this person looks like has been carrying this weight already for a long distance. And the village is still far, and we know the last mile, the last meters, I don't know how to say, they are the hardest, because you are not yet there and you are tired for what you have done so far. So there is the stance, the anked posture, okay, signifies weariness and strain, but also determination and resolve. Because when somebody is defeated, generally kind of lies back, like I'm done, I gave everything, I cannot give anymore. It's kind of a defeat, okay, white flag. No, this is like a Taurus, his head down, and he goes through the target, to the place is meant to be. So it's a card of a big determination as well. What does it mean when we see this card in a tarot reading and it's upright, like in this position? Upright means we see it like walking in front of us, standing in front of us. So let's see. When upright, the Ten of Wands speaks to hard work and responsibility, as we just said. You have taken on a lot, perhaps too much, but it's because you are committed to success. Many people, they see people that have success, and then they think, oh, they are lucky. All right, okay. There are people that are lucky. There are people that belong to super rich and powerful families, all right, okay, but are all the people that succeed belonging to very powerful and helping families? No. The majority of the time, there was a tremendous amount of determination, work, sweat, and tears. Take it from me. So, this card talks also about achievement with a price. While your efforts are leading to accomplishment, the journey has been exhausting. And what else, like carrying the weight of others? This card often indicates that you might be taking on more than your fair share, whether at work, in a relationship, or in life. This card, it's a good sign when it shows up in this position, because it's telling us that there is an end of a cycle. The card signals that the burdens you are carrying are temporary, as you are nearly the finish line. Yes. So, the advice here is, don't be afraid to ask for help, delegating or sharing the load, because that can lighten your burden and lead to more successful success and sustainable, success. Because yes, there is the success when you arrive dead, and then there is the success where you can enjoy the success. You see what I mean? So evaluate your priorities. Are all the responsibilities you are carrying truly yours? Or have you taken on unnecessary weight? So, the reversed meaning for the 10 of wands can highlight the overwhelming burdens. Okay, so you may feel crushed under the weight of obligations to the point where it's hard to move forward. So this card also talks about, when in reversed position like this, upside down, that talks about letting go responsibilities. This card indicates a need to release tasks or commitments that no longer serve you. And is also about avoidance of burnout. Because it's preventing you that you can burn out. So when you see this card, take it as a heads up for a burnout. So the reverse 10 of wands may also suggest procrastination or neglecting important duties because they feel overwhelming. And I want to share something with you about this. I recently realized that when I take too much at heart whatever responsibility, and I try to stretch myself at a point where I can almost break, and I achieve that target, then there is very little left to accomplish all the tasks that this target carries. So the advice here is to put even a little effort into it, but then tomorrow do the double. So like even 1 minute on one task, but tomorrow 2 minutes. After tomorrow 4 minutes. In 3 days 8 minutes. Double every time. Even if you start from a very little, because the baby steps help you to not feel completely overwhelmed and burned out. Okay? So if we want to talk about this, comment in the comments below, and we can go together through peeling like an onion the different layers of the 10 of wands in reverse. So the advice here is to simplify your life. Let go of what isn't an essential. Be honest with yourself about what you can realistically handle. Address burned out by taking a break and recharging your energy. So, let's do some practical application together, okay? Here's how the 10 of Wands energy applies to a real life, okay, example, work-life balance, okay? Are you overworking yourself to the point of exhaustion? Ask yourself those questions. This card asks you to reassess your commitments and prioritize self-care. Set boundaries. If you are taking on other people's responsibilities, it is time to set firm boundaries. Remember, you are not obligated to carry everyone else's weight. Also, think about sustainable effort. While your hard work is admirable, the 10 of Wands warns against burnout. Take smaller, consistent steps rather than overloading yourself. As I said earlier, the baby steps. Also, celebrate achievements, okay? Recognize how far you have come. Even if the journey feels heavy, your efforts are leading to meaningful results. So sometimes it helps to have a PowerPoint or a picture of yourself achieving some even small achievements, and even a list, just writing down the list of your achievements and read it and share it with somebody you love or trust. This can help immensely. So when the 10 of Wands appears in reverse into a career reading, you might be overburdened with work or feeling the strain of high expectations. However, your dedication will pay off if you find ways to manage your workload more efficiently. In relationship, this card can indicate one person carrying the emotional or practical weight of the relationship, and in this case, communication and balance are key. The 10 of Wands reflect the challenges of growth and achievement. It reminds you that letting go of unnecessary burdens is part of the process. So, let's see the 10 of Wands in other contexts, okay? Let's see. the astrological association is with Saturn in Sagittarius. This combination will speak very loud to people who understand astrology. And because it's also is a combination that reflects the tension between responsibility, Saturn, and the freedom of expression, and especially of expansion of Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter, by the way. So this is quite, a constraint. It's a tough place for a Sagittarius energy to be, emphasizing the need to balance obligation with our personal growth. In numerology, the number 10 represents completion and transition. It marks the end of a challenging cycle and the start of a new chapter. The element is fire. This relates to passion and drive, but also the potential for burnout if energy isn't managed wisely. So let's do a little lesson activity, okay? To connect with the 10 of Wands, try this exercise. It's a reflection exercise. Write down all the responsibilities you are currently carrying. Then divide them into 2 columns: essential, non-essential. Essential are the things you must carry to achieve your goals. Non-essential, burdens you can release or delegate. Reflect on how you can lighten your load. Visualize yourself. Close your eyes and imagine yourself as the figure in the 10 of Wands. Feel the weight of the wands you carry. Now, visualize yourself letting go of a few. How does it feel? What changes? Let's also do a creative exploration, okay, exercise. Draw or journal about the 10 of Wands. What does the burden symbolize for you? How can you move forward with less weight? And before we go to the final words, I want to invite you to like, share, and subscribe. This is oxygen for this channel. Now, the 10 of Wands is a card of triumph mixed with the challenge. It reminds you that hard work can lead to success, to the achievement of your dreams and everything you wanted to do. But only if you pace yourself and honor your limits. It's a call to reevaluate your responsibilities, share the load, and focus on what truly matters. What's your perspective on the 10 of Wands? Do you relate to its energy of responsibility and perseverance? Until next time, ciao!